All right. I think we're live. We're good to go. So thank you for everyone for joining us. We appreciate it. This is Play Forth. We're here with Vurt Gutter Dreams. We're actually in the last few episodes here. Tonight we're going to be wrapping up. The last part. Well, I'm 99% sure the last part. I never know with this game though. But the last part of our Black Feather, the life and death of AC McCallum, where the heroes are in the well, it's not. Yeah, it's a western town, I guess. Western town of Coldwater, where their job is to protect three of AC McCallum's posse until the stagecoach arrives on the next morning with the U.S. Marshals to carry them off to the city of Blackpike for trial. And unfortunately, AC McCallum is coming with the rest of his rather large and substantial and dangerous posse to Coldwater to try to put a stop to them. So, and they have now held up in Coldwater in the inn/saloon type thing, and basically just trying to hope to survive through the night and make it until the morning till the U.S. Marshals get here. So that's pretty much our. It's kind of an odd episode because, as you can see by the overlays, if you've never watched us before, we usually are playing like the cyberpunk, Alice in Wonderland's like trippy kind of. It's hard to explain sci-fi game, but tonight we're in what's called a feather. Okay, so this feather is it's like a dream. It's kind of like a virtual reality dream, if you will, in the setting. And so the PCs are in that situation. They're still in that from the last mission. So yeah, I just put a link, by the way, in the chat for anyone who wants to look up Vurt, and maybe it'll explain some of the stuff about feathers and things. So but anyway, so we're gonna jump straight into just players introducing themselves as usual. I think as usual. Jeremy, start us off. Tell us who you are and what you're playing. I'm sorry, who your character is.
Hey, so I'm playing Even One. He's a RoboVert mathemagician. Yeah, mathemagician who controls verb flies and has some cool magic powers slash is becoming a tentacle monster kind of thing.
Gotta love it. He had to pause and think about it. It's been that long since we played, people. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Jeez, it's been like 2 months. 3 months. It's been various things in people's life that just kind of kept us from playing. It's not that we don't love it, but we just been kind of had things going on. So, all right. So, Paige, Robin, tell us who you're playing. I already kind of told a little bit, but yeah.
I'm playing Paige, the dogman mathemagician who has done time and is totally a badass.
That's right. That's right. Very cool. Very cool. And so I guess we'll throw it up to. We have a player missing today, so we've only got one final player to let them introduce. So, Sean, who are you playing?
So I am playing Maxwell Hack Martin. He is a Roboman Vurt, an explorer. Anybody's interested in the type, and he hyper processes. So basically, he thinks very, very quickly, much like a computer. He's kind of the team's technical hacker computer guy with all the techie skill.
Yes, and that's actually a good time to remind you as well that we'll remind you and for us to talk about this that there may be opportunities for you to use your skills in the stream too. However, let's just keep an open mind on what that means as far as hacking in a dream.
Okay.
It can be very open-ended, Also, that reminded me as well, there is another NPC with you guys. Besides the sheriff, who's just a person in the dream that was literally an NPC, there's an actual non-player character that's in your story, a character by the name of Scribble, who's actually here along for the ride as well. And and Scribble is kind of he's got kind of like a mangy, kind of like a mane of black hair. It's kind of thin and wispy, and he just kind of got like a thin kind of like a thin, like he hasn't shaved in a while beard. It's not like it's intentional or anything. And he looks kind of like he's kind of a thin fellow and wearing an overcoat. And I didn't ever describe the last game. He was very quiet last game. I kind of let you guys take the lead. He just kind of like slid into the shadows once you guys went into the actual, went into actual Coldwater. And so he just kind of. I don't think he probably has done the Vurt thing so long that he didn't even really take on another form, right? Like because you guys kind of like started looking the part, right? Like I think Paige, you kind of turned into like looking like a lady, kind of like with like this big pompous like dress and all this kind of stuff, and Hack is running around looking like one of the like Steve Martin from Three Amigos, and what was Evan's look? Do you recall?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there were 6 shooters.
I don't think it was like a crazy one like everybody else's.
Didn't you go with the mariachi look?
That was Hack.
That was Hack.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. My bad.
Yeah, Three Amigos was very much mariachi. I know they weren't really the same, but they're very damn close. Yeah.
I swear, I'm all here. I promise.
Hey, it's been a long time since I've seen Three Amigos too. So, but
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, and but I remember even just kind of being like just fitting the Western thing, if I recall, right? Like not looking crazy or anything. Well, Scribble, he just looks like Scribble, which doesn't bring any extra attention to him, right? Because they're non-player characters, right? It's mostly just for you guys to play dress up.
Yeah.
It's like playing GTA and like wearing a banana suit. If you just want to do it, you could do it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So he's been doing this kind of like Vurt dreaming thing so long, and I almost hit a button and closed out. Oh, it's accidentally closed out OBS. That would have sucked. And yeah, and so he just doesn't even seem to care. So he looks like just himself sitting over in the corner, and so you guys are held up in this saloon, this inn, and you guys were kind of like building up the defenses. And when we last left the game, we actually panned the camera out and like showed in the night his posse riding into town, like fast, as quick as they can, towards the through the forest, along the road, armed to the teeth, rushing towards the town of Coldwater. So they're on their way here. And we were in the night when we left the game. So we talked about you guys kind of locking the place down and kind of securing it. So you guys bounced around a couple ideas before with me when we were off camera trying to get things squared away. So this is a good opportunity for you guys to talk about what it looks like for you guys on camera in the game. Are you guys doing any kind of prep work? Because you got to survive, until the U.S. Marshals get here.
Trying to think. I know we had flipped over a bunch of tables, recruited a bunch of guys. We were sort of barricading that bar.
Yeah, you convinced a lot of the people. Like you started a bar. There was a brief moment where you started a bar fight, and then you calmed the bar fight, and then you convinced some of the people in the bar fight to stick around and help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I know that Even almost had a showdown in the streets that he talked down.
Yes.
Yes. And then he convinced a couple people to join in then. So you have some people in the city who've come to help your cause. Because remember, Sheriff Douglas, all his deputies died.
Yeah.
In his showdown with A.C. McCallum's posse. So you were deputized.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you guys and the sheriff. Oh, and the sheriff is wounded. But you treated his wounds. Actually, Hack did that. So Hack treated his wounds, so he's not going to die in the dream no more. But he's still wounded. Okay. I apologize. Can you guys hear the kids' show occasionally? Downstairs. I heard a, hey!
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay. If I'm not talking, I'll mute it, which is rare, but still. All right, so, yeah, so what does this look for you guys?
So if we're done boarding everything up, and we're just waiting.
So
Right.
are you guys actually boarding stuff up, like windows and things?
Or
Yes.
yes, I think
Okay.
we had talked about that.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
needed.
Okay. So does anybody think they have any skills that might help them do that? Because it ain't like Fortnite where you just hit a button and it goes, you know.
No.
I know what a hammer is.
You know what a hammer is.
Yeah. I mean, I was.
Well, let's look at your
prison.
skills. Let's look at skills.
I don't have the skills for it. I was
Identifying, contortionist.
trying to be the funny guy.
Let's look at. Neither of you guys that have spoken up said you're boarding up windows.
I mean, what kind of
It's the
stuff?
kind of thing you can do without having a skill in it, but I mean, I'm just checking to see.
Yeah. I mean, like it's
You
it's
just
like
not
a
have to-
layman thing.
Yeah. It would just still be like an intellect task, right? See how well you do it. Yeah, the way this game works is that skills just help you do things better. It's still an intellect task. It's just a skill makes you better at it. So I would say it's not a very difficult task because it's just boarding up windows. It's how to basically use hammer and nails and understand basic dimensions. So I mean, I'm just curious to see how badly this goes. An intellect 2 task. Nah. Yeah, 2 will be fine. 2 will be fine. That's
I'm
for
doing that.
serviceable, like, boarding of windows. That's putting a board up and putting nails on either side of it.
I mean, I'm in such a nice dress, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it.
So intellect, yeah. So just you pick up if you just want to use it without any effort or anything. Oh, look at her! Look at her! Look at her! She's like, "Give me those damn nails," and she just starts driving them in one lick. Of course, it's beginner's
I
luck.
don't even
Obviously,
get
rolling a natural
an
20.
Of dust on my dress. I stay clean the whole time.
Nice. Not an ounce of sawdust. Nice. Okay, so I'll say you boarded the shit out of those windows. Like they're
yeah.
nice. So we'll make them extra tough. So, all right, very cool. Okay, so that's taken care of. Windows are boarded up. That'll take you, we'll say, an hour or 2. So do all the windows. I'm sure you're getting the help of some people, right, to make it faster.
I would hope so.
Okay. So all these men are not going to stand around and watch the lady board the windows, I'm sure. So, like, complete
She's way
douchebags.
better at it than I am.
Apparently, she's better than everybody at doing it, though. So, okay. So, what about Sean? And what about Hack and Even? You got anything? Someone said something about a church and a tower or a bell tower or something off stream.
Yeah, somebody
What
should
was that?
probably be a lookout. Or we should come up with a plan of how to actually get his gun, because that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm no good for that. I mean, I don't have any ideas. I figured we'd do what we always do and wing it.
Well, so out of character, how far is short range?
She's honest. Short range? I think it's within 50 feet or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Because you can move to it and still make an attack. Does that make sense?
Check.
Yeah.
Yes. So my ability to
I'm gonna look that up. Go ahead and do your thing.
stasis. My ability to put somebody in stasis is a short range. So if he comes close enough, I can try and put him in stasis and then just take the gun. But I'm sure it won't be that simple. But that could be plan A, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a good plan for sure. If it went off if it goes off desirably, it's like a great, amazing plan, right?
Right. But other than that, I don't have another plan, and we don't have Jeff to eat their faces.
Yeah,
So-
50 feet is anything greater than immediate distance, but less than 50 feet. So, all right.
Cool.
Well, okay, so how we'll handle Jeff. Okay, so since he's not here and I'm not going to play his character, what we'll do is we'll Jeff be an asset for one of you guys each turn. You guys can, any one of you at any point in the session can, any one point in the a turn around can use him as an asset. He's basically like he's an ally. You know what? I'll say 2 of you, because he's a player PC. He's not an NPC. So 2 of you can invoke him. You know, so it's a lot easier than us playing him. You know, like say if you're attacking somebody, you can say he jumps in and like helps you or something like that.
Fuck yeah.
You know, just give yourself an asset and say it's done. And we can describe it in the narrative that he's helping you fight someone, take someone down. All right. Okay. Hack. All right. So you notice that Scribble is standing over there, kind of off to himself, over there on the wall, and he seems to have drawn a object out of his trench coat, and he's picking at the wall, the wood paneling section of the wall, because like the way the saloon is made is it's like a half of wood paneling, and then above it is, you know what I mean? You've ever seen those houses? Yeah, and he's kind of crouched down and he's like picking at the wood paneling. That's all you can make out from this distance. If you want to get closer and kind of like talk to him, you can maybe figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, so I get closer and I'm like, what you doing over there?
He says, well, I'm not an expert on this dream, but there's different variations of this dream, depending on who made it. And I, like I said, I'm not an expert in this one, but some of them are more historical, right? Some of them are more... A.C. McCallum is more built like a historical figure. But then some of them, the dreams take a weird turn. Dreams are kind of built like... It's hard to explain. Just watch. And he says, and he's like pulls, and you can tell it's like a flathead screwdriver that he's got in his hand. And he breaks a piece of paneling off, and then you see wires behind the paneling. And he kind of looks up at you. He says, so Kumar brothers are the ones that started this. Huh. Now I know where it begins. You guys did say the Kumar brothers made this feather, right? This is the original one, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Sounds familiar. Yep.
Well. So this whole Wild West setting here is a facsimile.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I suspect if you put bullets in these guys, you're not going to get the outcome you think you're going to get. Okay. I don't think this is a traditional Wild West dream. Hack, keep your eye out for things like this. Look for, he says, he points at the wall and he looks for he points at the wall and he sees where you see like a faint burn line maybe where electricity might be or whatever. Or something like that. He says, look for things where it might make you suspect electrical lines or electrical hookups. This whole place is built for lack of a better word, amusement park.
Shit. Okay. Kind of wondering how we can use this to our advantage.
He says, well, I don't know. Come in here and look at these wires and see what you can do.
That's what I'm thinking. All right, so I do get closer, and can I make an electronics roll or something to see if I can figure out where these wires are going or what they're controlling, if they're even controlling?
If you're willing to maybe rip open the wall and stuff a little bit, kind of follow them, sure.
Yeah, I am.
Sure.
It's just straight electronics roll.
Yeah. Nice. Jeez. Okay. Are you willing to leave the saloon to get the information you need?
Yeah. I'll have Jeff's character, somebody just cover me. You know, I don't want to go too far away, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so eventually it leads down to wood planking beneath the saloon, and then it goes out to a hidden box underneath the main road that requires digging. Actually, Stray gets down on his paws and like has to dig for you for a little bit, and you find a hidden electrical box underneath the road, and it appears that this is some sort of electrical control for. You got a 17. I'll say you think this controls the town in a greater capacity.
Interesting.
Opening up might be like a sort of breaker box.
Okay. Can I plug into it?
Yeah, you want to open it up and check it out?
Yeah.
Sure. So you open up the breaker box and plug into it, and you plugged into it, and so yeah, it looks like you've got control. Like it looks like while you're plugged into it, you can see the various things it controls. It controls the while you're in town, what you see, like as far as like environment, like day night cycle, that sort of thing, weather, the immediate vicinity, things like that, mood, motives of the local town population, that sort of stuff. It does not give you master control, but it can give you somewhat of a control, if that makes any sense. So,
Okay.
but like, yeah, so, but yeah, and it kind of like, yeah, so just gives you some kind of ideas of what it kind of does, basically.
Interesting.
Do you guys know what I'm referencing? This is a pop culture reference, by the way.
No.
I feel like I should know.
Okay.
So it doesn't give you master control, it just lets you influence things?
Like the One Ring.
This is Vurt, Westworld edition.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So people here.
So you should try and figure out how to turn on the lightning and just have a big wall of lightning storm between us and the bad guy.
Yeah.
It gives you like control of like, you know, like night and day, like make it storm, make it rain, that kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's even better in a Western but a tornado?
There is a setting for that.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Okay, I'm done.
Well, we just got to. So we just need this guy gun.
Yeah, all we need is a gun and for like these three jokers to be alive in the morning. We don't need the rest of the town to be alive.
Exactly.
We don't need the bad guys to be alive. Like
These three
this is all-
guys got to get on the stagecoach. to
Exactly.
Black Pike. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Wait, there's not a like flip it to morning setting and then the stagecoach is coming down the road, is there?
It would change the day and night, but it wouldn't change like morning to
The actual
day.
time.
Yeah, it would actually change the yeah.
Okay.
Like if, for example, it was too dark and you couldn't see your enemies, you could switch it off, switch it to bright.
Or
Yeah, it
maybe
wouldn't make it suddenly be
you should
morning.
You should keep it completely dark until the bad guys show up, and then you turn on noonday sun and blind the bad guys.
See, all kinds of ideas.
yeah,
Trying to give Sean a little something he could do with his hacking.
yeah,
game.
yeah. I'm looking at it.
But you might have more of these kind of controls in other places too. So
Yeah.
So do you want us to start searching to try and
Oh yeah,
find another one of
the
these
bell
things?
tower idea too. Look out.
Yeah.
Yes. So, so I say, yeah, you guys find there is a tower. I'll say, a church tower is wonderful. That's a wonderful idea. It's not super high. It makes sense. It's very plausible. It's much more plausible than just like a basic bell tower. You don't see many of those. Like a church tower is typical in any setting like this. So one of you could like find the church, which would be like, we'll say like just like 100 feet west, blah blah, and climb on it, climb up in top of the bell tower, the very top, where it chimes, and use that as like a scout lookout position.
Okay.
I can be on that and yell the warning when I actually see somebody coming.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So we got a plan, sort of. Okay. All right. So that's actually a wonderful time to
Somebody up there that can shoot like a rifle.
Do we have rifles?
No.
I'm sure somebody in town's got one.
you have weapons in the dream.
Okay.
Yeah, that are like appropriate dream weapons. Like that.
Okay, nice.
You just can't carry them back with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we've got at least a rifle.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No bazookas though.
No. All right. So actually, this is a great time to interrupt you. So who's climbing the bell tower?
Me.
All right. So you're getting in the bell tower. You're getting comfortable, and then at the edges of the the timing is perfect because at the very edges of your vision of Coldwater, cutting through the trees in the distance, you see like 15 horses just riding into town. Breakneck speed. And as soon as they make it through the forest barrier, they start splitting up down the streets and various avenues.
I'm going to yell that they're here. Coming from that way.
No, the British are coming style.
Nah.
Like,
No, he's not in character.
Yelling and flailing.
They're here. All right.
oh my god. Okay. How about that
You
tornado?
yell in the streets from the bell tower. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if they just hear you. Because, they didn't see you yet. If your yelling would alert them.
Did we do like hand signals? How far apart are we?
You didn't really. He just said he yelled, so,
I only have one hand. Anyway.
Normally, you guys
Yeah,
don't
that's-
fail me in over-preparing. But this time, you...
We're off our game.
No. So what happens is, in response, you hear... Yeehaw! We found them, boys!
So I'm thinking now. So how much control do I have of the weather? I can just create.
It would follow certain. It would you create a standard. There's basically standard sets, basically default sets.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a default thunderstorm or a default
is there a default
rainstorm or tornado or does that make any sense?
What about a default cattle stampede?
Yeah.
That's very plausible, actually. It's very plausible. And if you know what, if Sean, if you wanted to program a cattle stampede, I would allow you to program a cattle stampede.
Okay. I will do that.
You could do that? Okay, all right, okay. All right, let's do it. All right, program a cattle stampede. I have no clue how to do that in the rules, but we'll do that. All right. So But I'm going to say programming a cattle stampede would not be easy because I don't know how else to stop you. And so not just playing out of GM. Alright, no, we'll say, what, difficulty 5, I guess? That sounds fair.
Okay.
It's a complex thing. Whole lot of cows.
Okay. Would that be computers hacking?
There's a difference. I forgot. Okay, yeah. Let me look. I would say hacking and computers can apply to this. I'm probably giving you too much, but sure.
Okay. Looking. I'm trained in both. So.
Okay.
Computers. How do I re-roll that?
You can. Let's see if you have any. You do have 1 XP
Okay.
for re-rolling that you never used.
Okay.
You can obviously use that and do a re-roll if you want to. He really wants that cattle stampede, doesn't he?
I'll do that. There we go.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Major effort. Oh my gosh. All right, so. Oh, geez. Describe this to us, Sean. What does the major effort do? Now, that doesn't wipe them out, so I'm going to, I'll stop you if you go too far with your, your
so what I'm doing is what I was thinking.
A major effort is obviously very good for you, for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when these guys are riding town, it's just your classic Western town where it's just like a main street, buildings on both sides.
And maybe like a group of the posse are heading down a main street together. Like a good size of the group.
Yes.
Right.
And then all you hear in the distance is a loud explosion.
Like as a barn door just burst open or something?
Well, yeah. So you hear an explosion and then followed by the barn door. So something has to spook these cows.
Right. Okay, yeah, good point. The explosion is what spooked them. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody set off dynamite. We don't know where they set off dynamite yet.
Yeah.
That's probably something that'll be programmed in.
Yeah. Hacks can be like, I'm going to go find some dynamite later.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And it spooks the cows.
Right.
And they just start stampeding through the town.
Okay.
In the exact direction that these guys are coming from. And it just kind of intersects.
I will say that the stampede begins at the stockyard, which makes total sense. That's where all the cows were for getting ready to sell. And so then they just kind of stampede across the main road while a large section of the posse are kind of coming this way across that main road. They tear down the fence and just push across the road. Why don't we just say 1d6 plus... Jeez, this seems a bit crazy. 1d6 plus 2? That sounds fair to me. Of they're out of the fight. Just completely.
Okay.
Just trampled.
Okay.
I'll give you a plus... Yeah, we'll say 1d6 plus 2. I'll give you a plus 2 for the major effect. So just 1d6. It's 1d6 plus 2. So roll 1d6 for me.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1. That would really suck.
Yeah.
Hey! So 5 of the 15 guys just get totally just brutalized. Now pick up a d6 for me.
Okay.
And roll that. Okay, and one guy was hurt bad, so I'll give him half health. All right?
Okay.
And he's still up. So we see this cattle just tear through and just eviscerate the main this main group coming down the main road. Obviously there were other ones down other avenues and alleys like that doing the search. But they managed to escape it. But nice, good job. All right, so and Paige, where are you at during all this? Because he said he was up on the tower, church tower, and then Sean's out in the street on an electrical box. What is Paige doing?
I thought about just waiting in the saloon, but because we did all that work barricading it. I'd hate for that to go to waste.
Oh, I'm sure guys are still gonna fall back to the barricade.
Can I find a way? Is there like maybe an exterior ladder where I can go to the roof of the saloon? And like, because I imagine, in Wild West towns where the front plaque where it says saloon, that's all made out of wood, but usually behind that, it's like a flat area, right? All those old style buildings, they're usually flat tops.
Yeah, I think they usually just like take like
It's
a
like a
ladder
big
and
plywood.
yeah, I
sign.
think they either usually access them from like a second story window and just climb down onto like a level like
That's
on
what
the
I'm gonna
flat
try.
surface. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That little
Whatever I gotta do to get to the top, I would like to
you
try
want to be
that.
on the very top of the building or in
Yeah, I
that
want to
just on
be
top of that like the top of that little front overhang?
like on the roof.
On the
Behind.
roof. Okay, so
Yes.
that might require a climbing roll.
I can do that. I'm up.
Okay, because I can't see why I don't see why they'd have a. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? It's
I'm
not a modern
trained
building.
in escape artist, so I'm hoping that kind of lends to like climbing out of buildings and jumping out of, crazy shit like that. Running from the cops.
I would
should
love
be
to
good
throw
at
it to you, but
this.
I'm not gonna.
Alright. This is worth a shot.
Let's try.
This is worth a shot.
But I
Okay.
won't say it's like only like a difficulty 3 to climb a building.
Okay.
So it's not that particularly hard. It's not. Yeah, it's not like it's in a very tall
so
building or like a skyscraper.
Untrained speed, yeah.
It's like a two-story saloon or 3-story saloon. Although if you fail, it's not good because you fall off a roof. Yeah, there you go. All right, so you're up on the roof. It's a flat top saloon type thing. So you're on the roof now. What's your plan when you're up there? So you're seeing this stampede when it happens. You're from the roof because I'm assuming you climbed up there while they were doing their thing. So
Yeah. So I saw I saw him
who's
signal
watching Dale in red? Who's watching the ladies down
straight.
there? Stray is?
Townsville?
Okay.
Jeff,
Stray and
yeah.
Scribble?
Yeah.
That's a
we
perfect
probably
thing for them
would've
to
told
do since they're
sit,
not here.
Stay.
All right. Okay. Check their
For
names.
right now, I think
Dale, Archie, and Red. That's their names. Yes. All right.
Yes. Okay, so I see the stampede. I saw him, shouting, hollering, or whatever he was doing. Man,
Warning. I was warning. Raising the alarm.
raising the alarm. I don't know. What else can I see aside from the stampede? Can I see the other people coming?
Yeah, I'll say that you can see, like, once he alerted you, you can see enough evidence to kind of get the same idea that Jeremy does. Does that make sense? Like, you might see a couple of guys scattering behind alleys and that kind of stuff. You might not see the whole of the scene as much as him because you're not as high up, but you get the gist of what's happening.
And I assume I have some kind of like rifle or something.
Sure.
I'm just gonna wait until I have what I feel is the best shot and take a shot. Should I not? I don't know. Like, I want them to tell. What do you guys want me to do? I'm up on a roof now, so we can American Sniper this or what? Like,
No, that's the plan. We just got to figure out where AC is and then get his gun. So killing the other people.
yeah, I guess I'll try and take. God, I feel like this is a terrible idea, but I'll try and snipe some bad guys from where I.
Okay. So what was probably the amount of ammo they held? Sean, maybe in one of those like bolt action rifles.
One box, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking like in the Wild West, probably around 1880 something.
I'm wearing a dress, so I don't have like a fancy, belt. I don't have pockets. Well, maybe like I have a pocket in my corset, or something. I assume that's where women would have kept some things, like their comb and stuff. So I think I could probably fit a box of small
box of ammunition. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, where else am I gonna hide it on up my skirt?
Yeah, I mean, you only have like what's in the gun otherwise. But
let me see here.
I was thinking like 6 or 7 bullets probably.
Yeah.
So if
In
you have
the-
a box,
Fair.
let me see.
Well, we're not talking about this box. We're not talking about a box that you take to the gun range.
So a lever action rifle, I would say,
Hey,
I don't know, holds what, like
am I
8?
A bolt
Jeremy,
action
what's up?
rifle?
Field and Stream says the rifle that won the West would have a magazine ranging from 6 to 17.
Well, that's extremely broad.
Well, crap. Never mind. Ignore me.
And that's the one that
But I
won the
mean-
West. That's the best one.
Ammo capacity.
We'll say you got 8 rounds in
All
the
my
magazine.
time in the military, I don't really have much knowledge about bolt action rifles, but
Yeah, we'll say that you got
I'm looking at a Winchester 3030.
that's probably pretty close. Yeah.
Standard. Let me see.
Yeah, the Winchester 73.
does Google
What?
it.
Capacity.
Roll for initiative. There's too much silence. Roll for initiative. I'm not joking. Roll
Probably
for initiative.
you just say 6 to 8.
I am
Yes.
rolling.
We're gonna say 6. And
Oh my god, I'm the worst sniper ever.
okay, so
1894.
okay, so Max is an 8.
9 rounds. 8 rounds. 7 rounds.
We're gonna take Stray off. He'll just because he's not.
I'm
And then
gonna die.
Hack. Paige got 13. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Oh no, my initiative was a 2.
Oh, what I see then? Oh, I saw
It's
the
on
wrong
my
thing.
roll from when I was
Oh.
climbing.
Well, look at there. All right, and Even got a 5. Okay. All right, so the sheriffs and deputies are on there already. Let's throw on the bad guys onto the initiative.
I'm gonna die.
You don't know that.
I haven't fired anything yet, so hopefully nobody knows I'm up here. For now.
Hopefully. Okay, take some of these guys off.
Should have thought this through. Usually I'm so good at coming up with like, this is what I'm gonna do, sticking with my guns. That was a good pun. But tonight I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so okay, so the bad guys are all difficulty 4 and 7 for the balls. And we got Paige, Max. No, so yeah, you all guys. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the bad guys go before all you, pretty much. Okay, so and unfortunately, they know where Even is because he went. So no, I'm done messing with you, Jeremy. All right, so was it? All right, but Jeremy, you do see the gleam of light shine off of something silvery and glassy for a brief moment, and then you hear a cranking sound. All right, I'm giving you a speed defense roll because you are alert and aware that they're doing this. But if you give me a perception roll, perception difficulty equal to them. I'll say difficulty 4. If you succeed, I'll give you an asset on this roll. Okay, so now make a speed defense roll, please. Difficulty 4.
I'm double checking my kinetic power thing. Because I can use intellect in the place of speed or might when applying levels of effort. That's what it is.
Yes.
So I want edge is 0. Well, actually, in this case, so 1 effort and then a speed defense. Is this gonna? Meow. Nope.
Okay. And I should have also mentioned too that this, because remember it's dark out, right? Remember it's dark because it's night, right? This light was moving, okay,
Okay.
down like a street, okay.
Yeah.
And then you heard the crank, and a shot fires towards you, a loud shot, but it's immediately followed by another shot, and then another shot, and then another shot at rapid speed, and it hits the bell tower. It starts tearing it in half.
Yeah.
You take 8 points of might damage as the bell tower falls down on top of you. Okay.
Cool.
The whole thing kind of collapses while you're inside.
On top of it, and I see this happen.
Yeah.
Just
So,
out
but
of
you fall
curiosity.
free as it's coming down, because it's all falling with you, right?
Yeah.
So, and you're sliding off the roof. Now, make another speed defense roll
Oh
to
my
see
God.
how well you land off the roof.
I can't watch this.
Okay. So, no. Well, I'm gonna ask anyway.
Let me look up
I have
look up
frame
falling
warp
damage.
as a power, but it's a whole action, so I probably don't have enough time to actually use that.
If you want to spend an XP, we can have it happen.
That, yeah.
No roll
Let's
needed.
just-
Spend XP and no roll
Well,
needed, and you just frame warp by the way.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna just ensure that I'm not gonna die falling out of this thing right from the off.
So you start
Okay.
rolling out of the tower as the tower's kind of collapsing and like just shredded apart by what was probably like a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
And a stagecoach Gatling gun. And as you're tumbling down the roof, you realize I'm about to fall to my death. And you've like, what does that look like when you just despair?
It's the kind of mirage wavy thing, except there's like orange highlights all in it too. From
Very
the,
cool. And where do you peer at?
The first place I saw that isn't covered in bad guys or cows. So
All right.
I don't know, like the next roof over or something.
Yeah, well, you know,
Maybe
you
the
see
ground.
where Paige is. She's not.
That sounds like.
Or
a
you
plan.
can go to the ground where Hack is on the soil down near the road. Either one.
Paige. I still want a
Okay.
vantage.
So
point.
Paige, you see like right beside you, you see this like mirage. Like he appears, and then he rolls to the ground beside you with a thud.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
Are you okay?
I'll be okay. Big gun.
My heart was.
If the gun like straight up hits you, it does a lot more than 8 damage. So just FYI. Okay, all right. That's yeah. All right.
I know it's not my turn, but does he otherwise look like okay, or am I like still freaking out? Because I'd be freaking out seeing all that happen and then him just like thud right in front of me.
He was undamaged before. Yeah, so he was pretty good before. And by the way, reminder guys that when you lose one of your pools, you're not out of the fight. You can always recover.
Yeah.
Recovery action. So just because your pool went down, it's not at the end. It's like the equivalent of taking a wound in Savage World or something. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So okay. So that was the bad guys. Now, Sean, you're in the street. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a bonus to this, but make a speed defense roll. Difficulty 7. The difficulty will be 6 because of the range. That's your bonus. Never mind. So ignore the bonus part. Difficulty 6 instead of 7. Oh, nope. Never mind. Hold on, my bad. My bad. It's apparently he attacks as level 8. Because he's a sharpshooter. Yes, AC McCallum. So, your difficulty is level 7. So, alright, so you... I'm not killing my party in this game. I just realized this. Okay, so you feel a bullet just rip through your flesh. And pick up a D20 for me. If it's low, it's bad.
Shit.
The bullet goes clean through you.
Okay.
Alright, the bullet goes clean through you. The bullet rips through you, and you see like this black, smoky energy coming off of the wound.
Okay.
And you can almost like feel this. You can almost feel the vert around you collapsing for a brief second as the bullet ripped through your flesh. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
But then it went away as soon as the bullet went up the other side of your body.
Okay.
All right. And I will say that the rest of the other outlaws and stuff like that are getting into position, and they're all marshaling around you guys, and that's their turn. Sheriff and deputies, they're also doing the same. They're getting in position. They're getting their weapons ready. They're getting ready to show down. Hack, what do you do?
Well,
Remember, mission is to survive the night.
yeah.
So, I mean, you don't have to beat them in this fight. Just survive the night.
Okay. I probably need to get out of the way.
You are in the street, yeah, working on a electrical box.
Yeah. So I'm going to get up and run away.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're going to dart back towards the saloon. Okay, so the saloon is more than 50 feet away, which is what you'd move in a turn, if I remember correctly. So you would need to... Well, let me double check and make sure you can move more than that. If that's all you do. Oh, a short distance can be moved as an entire action on a turn. A character can move a long distance entire action, but may only need a roll to determine if they come up short, slip, or tumble, or fall from moving so quickly. Yeah, I'll say that you're a long distance away, so why don't you make me a speed roll to make it to the... You're trying to go to the saloon, right?
Yes.
Do you have a... Well, I'm checking your skills to see if you have anything that would help hinder you. You have an inability with running. Yeah, so I will say, I believe the standard is difficulty 4. Yes, the standard. Because we were using that with Jeff's stuff, remember, last game. So the standard is difficulty 4. So difficulty 4 to long run all the way to the saloon without tripping and falling and making it there in your turn, in your action, in your turn. So, but you have an inability, so just roll a running roll, which means it'll be difficulty 5 for you. It'll automatically apply it. So, okay, so you're busting ass, running as fast as you can, and you're crossing the street, and you slip up and trip up halfway across the street. We'll say maybe like over a cow pie or something like that, and you just tumble to the ground. So that's where your next turn will begin, with you trying to scramble back up to your feet. About halfway there. All right.
Okay.
Even, what do you do?
Can I see either AC McCallum or the Gatling gun thing?
You definitely know where the Gatling gun is now.
Okay.
Okay, now that it shot at you.
Um,
You can make a roll to see AC McCallum.
honestly, I think I'm more worried about the Gatling gun for the second. Is it within the short range?
It's being pulled by a pair of horses on a 2-wheeled stagecoach like thing. It looks more like a chariot type contraption.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, quick decision. I would like to use I want to shoot the wheel, one of the wheels of the
The
stagecoach.
guns can't be aimed because it's like turned sideways, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, or at least keep
Or
it
it can't be
stationary.
moved, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. Okay. What are you gonna shoot it with?
I'm probably suck at shooting an actual rifle. So what if I use my force point magic missile, mathematical missile thing that I got?
Quantum
last
lance?
level? No. I took the actual force point action, which is the equivalent of. It literally says mathematical missile. So it's a short range
Numbers.
ranged attack.
Okay, short range. Ooh, that's not short range away. All right, so you can frame warp to it though, right?
Right. Okay, I thought I asked if I could see it, not if I could reach it. Okay, then scratch that. Let's just try and shoot it with a rifle and be bad. That'll be okay though. Because frame warp is a whole action in and of itself. Because the thing's coming towards us anyway, right? So I can just.
Yeah, it was coming down like a side street, you know.
Yeah. You know what?
If it makes you feel any better, where it's currently positioned, it can't shoot at you yet from this to this roof.
Okay, then can I change all of that and try and frame warp to a roof over towards the so that next time I may be able to actually hit it with something next round.
Sure. I'll say the building across the way from the saloon, just to just the west of here. If you frame warp to the top of that, you can get a good shot on the what do you call it, the
stagecoach.
Stagecoach, yes.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna frame warp over there and.
All right, cool. Is there a roll needed for that?
I don't think so. I mean, it just says I concentrate. I mean, it costs the intellect points, but I've got enough edge to cover it.
Okay. All right.
It's like moving a long distance without having to do a speed roll, is what it says.
Oh, okay. I see. It specifically, it describes it that way. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. So you frame warp. So he's there, Paige, and then he's immediately gone.
I've got a plan.
Okay, bye.
So at least he tells you something. So Paige, you're there, standing there with your rifle, and he darts away. What do you do?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm like stressed because I feel like in character, like I have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, usually I'm really good at like just this is what I'm gonna do tonight, man. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to. Can I see where AC McCallum is from where I am?
Make a perception roll.
Okay. Well, I don't have that as a skill, so.
You can still make an intellect roll.
That's speed. You can ignore that. I gotta just go to switch it to intellect.
It isn't high enough.
Yeah, that's even worse.
No,
okay.
it's not high enough.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. Shit. I don't know. I should have asked him what he wanted me to do before he left me. So I'm going to.
I mean, you could just try to pick some guys off.
I see. Okay, I thought about that, but then that gives away my position, and I feel like I have a really good position, and I want to save that for when I can do something much more useful than just picking guys off.
Yeah.
And I don't have that much ammo, I'm sure, because as we discussed earlier, where the fuck am I going to hide a bunch of ammo in this big poofy stupid dress? So. Oh, the dilemma is real.
It's one of those things, yeah.
Can I just, I guess, spend my whole action, whatever? Can I just keep scanning like more efficiently, more effectively? Like
Try
I'm
to find
like more focused on it. Yeah.
I mean,
like, I'm
normally I don't
looking
require
for
rolls for
anything not-
perception. I know a lot of GMs like require it to be an action. I just usually let people do it. But
Okay.
if you say like, sure, I'll
Then I
give you an
wanna, like,
asset
search
on it,
harder.
and just kind of like you're doing basically like you're spending your turn doing like forward
Scouting.
observation.
Yeah. Yes.
You're spotting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm spotting.
Sure. Make
That's what I would like to
you know what we'll do? Yeah, make a perception roll, and I'll give you an asset to that.
Okay. So how do I do the asset with it? You do it on your.
You would just roll an untrained on your
Okay.
sheet, and then
Okay.
just add a.
Oh my god.
fine.
I hate this game.
You're on
I don't
fire
hate this
tonight.
game.
Okay, so
Don't take that the wrong way. I hate my dice because I have horrible luck with dice.
okay, this is about how Savage Worlds went the other day too. All right, okay, so you go out over the edge of the saloon, like looking out and like really trying to pay attention and see what's going on. And when you do, like, maybe you go up to the side where they worked on the sign that says Big Saloon, you know, whatever saloon.
Okay.
And it just kind of like, it gives.
Oh my god.
And it goes, and it just kind of like collapses and falls to the ground. You don't fall with it, but like you start to lose your balance. And then like, you know, all eyes got to be looking at you then at that point.
Yay.
Because I have to gotta give you the GM intrusion because you rolled a 1. So,
Okay. And I just do
Yes,
a dumb
so.
wave.
yeah.
Dumb wave.
All right.
I'm dead, basically. So goodbye, guys. It was nice knowing you.
All right. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, so damn, Sean is still running through the street. All right, Sean, did you take your damage you're supposed to take?
How much?
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you how much damage.
No.
Oh, well, okay. I am sorry for that error. You took 8 might damage.
Fuck.
Yes. Now make a speed defense roll or take 8 more.
What?
You're in the middle of the street.
I'm running.
Yeah, but you didn't make it across the street.
Can I have, like, maybe stray?
We are so dead.
What does Trey do?
Okay, so what I'm thinking is stray comes out of nowhere.
And
Like,
jumps in front of the bullets.
no.
Does
Or maybe
all
knocks
the
you to
work
the ground,
for us.
maybe?
I could say, yeah, maybe he knocks me to the ground. Or if he's close enough, maybe he can just, like...
Sure.
Right.
That's what the asset's for. So what this is because make a speed defense roll, and you get an asset. That's stray. So what you do is you just add before you make the speed defense roll, add a 1 in the there you go. See, look, there you go.
Okay.
All right, cool. I don't know how you'd roll use minor effort, to be honest, on a speed defense roll. But basically, you're thrown to the ground as you hear the bullet snap, and just whiz. You actually hear that whistle. You know it goes really close to you when you hear that whistle. And there's Stray, and Stray's not even thinking about it. He's pulling you by your boot. He's going, "Arr!" and he's pulling you by your boot inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All right.
he must be a dog. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And so this is where the shooting begins erupting. Because now the outlaws have kind of surrounded, or at least they think you guys are at the church. Because, sorry, not the church, the saloon. Well, some of them think you're at the church. Because where Even was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the gunfire has started towards the church. But some of the gunfire is aimed at the saloon because that's where Paige was. And she rolled a GM intrusion. So it's about split on the gunfire. So you got about 5 shots just constantly getting 5 different bad guys constantly just like firing pistols, just like fanning the handgun revolvers at the saloon from different angles, and then the church is getting obliterated by a Gatling gun. So actually Even kind of saved everybody because I was set up to roll speed defense rolls for everyone at the church. So, sorry, not the church, the saloon. If they found out. So they think you're in the church. The gun is set up for the church. The stagecoach is.
Okay.
So it's just unloading on the church. Just so you can't hear anything other than just Gatling fire. And I'll say that a couple of the stray gunshots instead go up towards Paige because she got that GM intrusion. So Paige, make a speed defense roll. It's going to be difficulty 5 because you have 2 bad guys shooting at you instead of 1.
I'm dead. I'm so dead. Ugh.
All right, so you take 6 damage. 6 damage. Oh, sorry, 7 damage. There's 2 of them. 7 damage as might damage as their bullets like slice into your flesh and graze you or various wounds from the ground below. All right.
You said 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 6 base plus 1 for having 2 foes. Yep. All right. Now, sheriffs and deputies. Also, that's an asset you guys can use. I'm going to use them and narrate them helping you guys out, which means they'll just take out bad guys and various things, but I don't roll for them. Like I might say that, like in this opening volley, this scene, they shoot out one guy over at the saloon. Actually, I'll take one off. We'll take one off, and we'll say that the wounded guy has been taken down. And so some of the guys from inside the saloon are firing through the cracks in the boarded up windows. All right, Hack, what are you doing, man? You're getting drug off the street by Stray. What do you do?
Okay, so I enter whatever building is closest to me.
So you screw the saloon, just getting in a building.
Just getting behind cover is really my goal right now.
All right, so so you can just rush off the road about 10 feet away into it looks like a tool shed.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I just basically secure myself in the tool shed.
It looks like the farrier's tool shed.
Okay.
You know what a farrier is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you can imagine the types of tools.
Yeah, so I'm like, great. I have an anvil and hammers. Okay.
I was just setting the scene without having to describe the scene. Yeah, so
yeah. I'm gonna start looking around for.
There might be horses there though. If it's farrier.
That's true.
I mean, think about that.
Saddled?
Huh?
Are any of them saddled? Like ready to ride?
No.
Okay.
But you can still ride it. You have to be 1 difficulty higher.
Okay.
Any kind of riding roll will be 1 difficulty higher because you needed all the penalties you could get on physical tasks.
I know. When I'm already like shot up and all sorts of shit. I look, but my first thing is I'm going to look around and see if there's anything I can plug into.
You can what?
Anything I can plug into. Like, is there any?
Oh, okay. Sure. I can electronics roll.
Okay. Nice.
You can spawn horses here.
I can spawn more horses?
You can spawn horses here.
Oh, nice. I do that.
In various, like, saddles and accoutrements
How
and
many
whatever.
can you spawn at once? That's the real question.
I didn't know. I was gonna plan this on the seat of my pants, but what are you wanting to stampede horses now? Is that what's next?
It worked so well the first time.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm a one trick.
you know what? I want to see that because this time though he can't just make them stampede. He has to spawn the horses and then physically make them stampede himself. Like he has to like get in there and like somehow make the horses angry. And I'm just imagining Sean getting murdered by horses.
No. Well, that might happen. But it's going to be epic. So hold on.
But yeah, sure, you can spawn what? I don't know. You can spawn horses, sure. Just tell me
Okay.
what you want to do, damn it. All right. I'll say
Southwest
whether you
Navy.
can do it.
So
God, what have I done?
so I'm going to
I think I hate myself.
yeah, this is gonna suck. So you know those guys that like stand on like 2 or 3 horses at once and like ride down.
You're not one of those guys, bro, but you're welcome to try to be one.
I'm gonna be because I have effort. So
You're gonna use.
like I have like an entire
You haven't, yeah, sure, and it uses your speed pool. So,
yeah. So I just and they're all like decked out.
but where are you gonna go when you get on this like horse
Oh, we're just
pyramid?
Like, we're just gonna blow right through. Just it's gonna be a stampede of bedazzled horses. just right down the center of the road, knocking people out.
All right. Okay. Well, there's no one in the main street, so what'll happen is the horses will kind of just veer off into their various like alleys and stuff. Basically, the idea is to get them on the main street. You kind of like try to send them all off. I guess is that the idea?
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
I am leading the charge.
Like, how do you do that though? Like, do you have the animal handling? Do you know how to just like are you kicking their asses and getting them to go down different corners, or you just like
just there's got to be a bullwhip there.
you firing a gun and praying the two horses underneath you don't take off in different directions?
Yeah, like put the reins in my teeth, just guns.
All right, roll the speed roll. We'll see how good you do, and I'll just tell you whether you die or not.
I'm gonna shit the bed.
No, I'm just playing. If you're just riding horses out, this isn't particularly hard, but you're very specific in what you're doing. So, difficulty 6.
And it's just a speed roll.
Yes.
Okay. I have a speed depth.
I'm probably low on that difficulty, but that's.
Okay. Let me see here. How do I roll that?
Well, you don't have a riding, so it'd be untrained. So you'd want to set it at speed.
Oh, speed right there.
Yeah, I changed it to speed for you, and then just roll that.
Okay.
And then,
Yes.
fuck me. Fuck. God damn it.
And you just see
The ludicrous just happens. It just happens.
It's because it's a more fun story this way, man.
because I'm dressed. To be
No,
awesome.
it's fun.
That's
It's awesome.
Right.
You're
It's
dressed
awesome.
for the occasion.
Yeah, it comes out. Yeah, he comes out of the farrier. He throws the gates open of the farrier's. What do you call it? Like their little fenced-in area where the horses are kept. And he's bedazzled and looks like one of the 3 amigos. And he's got this like group of horses with him. And are you're all riding 2 horses, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
What I'm
So you're coming down the main street, and at this point, man, I'm trying to, because you won't go far down the main street. Are you gonna start sending them off down like the little alleys as they pass, like the different alleys? Are you gonna like try to like slap them on the ass and stuff, and try to get them to break away from the pack as you go down different alleys?
Yeah. Like after they come out.
Because it's a main street. Like,
yeah, wherever they
help me
want.
by telling me what your main goal is.
So my main goal right now is just to break up the group of bad guys.
Okay, like send them all in different directions. Maybe like, okay.
Yeah, God willing, maybe kill a couple.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair enough. Okay.
You know.
Because he spawned bedazzled war horses, not just regular ponies.
Yeah. All right. Roll 1d6 and tell what you get.
Okay. Let me see here. 4.
Okay. All right. I still have to think about that one, so I'll get back with you. Even.
Okay.
What do you do for your turn? Because you don't really see what the outcome of this is, because it's riding through the night in the middle of the street. You just send the horses off in various directions. So I'll come back to you in a second when I figure out what happens to those 4 people. All right, Jeremy.
I'm thinking very loudly that, man, that's a great distraction. Okay, good job.
And maybe it is just a distraction, right? I mean, at the very least.
So I would like to, I would like to. Do I think of one, like 4 points of damage might take out a wheel of a stagecoach, or do I think it's like hardier than that?
Probably harder than that. I mean, that's like
Okay.
a light damage.
Yeah.
So, but if you
Okay.
probably pump 1 effort into it, probably enough.
Can I do effort to add damage?
Yeah. You can do it with melee weapons. You can do it with melee attacks.
Cool.
I don't see a reason why you
Okay.
couldn't do it with a spell. Or I say, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like that idea better than trying to jump off the roof and then use the quantum lance on this thing. So,
All right. Okay. You guys are so adventurous in this game. Jeez.
I have a death wish.
It's like you guys will die instantly in Deadlands because you'll play Deadlands just like you played this game. You'll learn immediately you couldn't do that in Deadlands.
So, crap. How do I do this? I think I just rolled this sword. Let's hang on. Effort. I would like to do 2 of those, and I have 3 edge for intellect, and then I'm gonna roll that thing, and it's gonna be a big number or not. I may not have done the effort right. Whatever. I did effort. I didn't think about.
Yeah,
the
you
fact
did
that I
effort
was
right.
20, but
You did effort right because it still
Okay,
counted as higher because it should have been a 1.
that was 1, 3. Yep, it took away the stuff. Cool.
They are difficulty 4 though, so you succeeded.
Sweet.
That's what you needed.
So then it just says 4 points of damage. Armor reduces its damage normally.
But if you just pump 1 more effort into the damage and not the attack.
Cool. How
So
do
spend
I
it from your whatever pool you want to spend it from.
spend it from intellect? So
And
yeah,
your god awful intellect score.
yeah, I know. How much does is this a separate? This is not a separate expenditure of.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to remember the scaling since I bought 2. I don't remember what the third one costs. Is it 3?
Oh yeah,
every
you can
time, or
apply
is it
edge
2?
once in a turn.
Right. Edge
Yeah.
only once. I'm saying for buying, I bought 2 effort to get the D20 happy. I'm using spending points to get a 3rd effort, and I don't know how much it costs. How much does it cost?
Oh,
God, that's
it's
the actual
3,
question.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's 2 for every
2, 2.
after every.
Okay,
Yeah.
check. So I'm down to 20, not 10. There we go. Okay, cool.
All right, sweet, nice.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I think you figured out how to play this game more than anybody, as far as I don't know how to use the points to your advantage. Burn through them. Yeah. All right. So, all right, sweet. So describe it to us. Like you just rip the wheel apart with your magic missile, basically.
Yeah. So a little smoky green swirly ball of gravitational energy appears and then zaps down and blasts the wheel.
Nice. Okay. So it zaps it, and then you see smoke because it's like zaps, like electrical or like electron or like a lightning type thing. And like you see smoke, and then it just like cracks and splinters, and then the whole stagecoach just turns on its side as it's opening fire on the church. And so some of the shots still land, but it's obvious that the coach can't be turned anymore.
Cool.
And moved.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. Well, it could be moved if they hooked more horses to it, but it's obvious that 2 horses couldn't still pull it. So
Sure. Sweet. Temporarily accomplished.
Yes. All right. Sweet. Paige, what's going on? You just got a couple of wounds from bullets.
Right.
But you're still on the roof there. What do you do?
So I am.
And you see who shot you.
Fuck,
You
man.
see who shot you. Two
Okay.
guys closing in from the back of the saloon.
Oh, from the back. Okay.
Sorry, no, you're towards the front, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
they come
right.
in from the side. Coming from the side.
Okay. I'm just gonna take pot shots at whichever one's closest to me.
They're probably the two closest. I mean, they'd be
Okay.
the ones that would just return fire on those guys.
Right. Yeah, I'll try to shoot at one of them, I guess. I mean, I'm fucked now. I'm on top of a roof. I have no cover. They know where I am, so I might as well
Well,
just
there's a
shoot
little
at
lip of cover. Yeah, if you can. It's just your cover had fallen away where you were standing at the moment.
Right,
So you can,
yeah.
like, move to a different spot, like an immediate distance away.
All right, well, I still feel fucked. I'm screwed, so we're going with it. I'm shooting at these
Yeah.
mother jerks, and yeah.
Okay, so, that would be, okay, so you have an actual new weapon on your...
Rifle.
I put a long rifle in there. Yep.
Nice.
I don't think you have a... Well, there you go. That definitely hits him. Do you want to spend any effort to do more damage? It spends from your speed.
From my speed. Okay, so I would spend 1 point of speed.
Well, you'd
to
spend
get
3 points the first level of effort.
3 points?
Wait, you have...
Okay.
Oh, it'd be 2, because you have an edge of 1.
Oh, 2. I'll take it. Works for me. I'll
Okay.
do that.
And it
How do I-
deals 8 damage plus 3, so 11. Yeah, I'll take him off the board.
Hey, I shot a guy down.
Nice.
He had 1 hit point, but I'll say that he was one of the ones that got hit by a
I
horse. Maybe he
spent my
clipped by a
shit on
horse.
that.
We'll say that he got clipped by a horse as Sean sent one down one of the alleys.
Beautiful.
All right, so Sean, actually I need to talk to you about your stuff. Okay, so this is what we'll do. All of you will have an asset on a speed defense rolls for this turn from the distraction the horses have made. Okay? And I'm going to take 4 guys off the table.
Yes.
Nice.
Good job.
I like it. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
It helps.
That was awesome.
You just gotta have enough stamina. Totally like to shoot.
All right, now. But Sean is still riding down the street on the horses.
Standing on top of 2 horses
Yes,
in a bedazzled
I know.
mariachi
They
costume.
look beautiful.
Sean, make a speed defense roll.
Ooh.
Ah! All right, okay.
What the fuck?
You take 8 might damage.
Okay, so that brings me to 0.
Okay.
Oh God.
And I'm not even going to roll the d20 because you got a GM intrusion. All right. The bullet hits you and gets lodged in your body.
Okay.
Okay, you suddenly feel the Vurt like changing around you. All right. You feel the wild Vurt calling. Like all this facsimile of like the feather is fading, and you see swirling rainbow colored nightmares and dreams and all kinds of like acid trip all around you. And at the edges of your vision, you see black monsters, like crawling black monsters, just creeping into your vision. And as you're seeing all this, you feel yourself thud as you hit the ground. You take 2 more might damage as you fall off the back of the horse, which will apply to your speed.
Okay.
So you fall off the horse. Now, okay. Now, even. Yeah, you wouldn't know what's happening to him. From your position, y'all all see him go down. From your position, you all see him go down.
I remember you telling us, me, somebody, didn't you say something about bullets from AC's gun worked worse or differently than
Yes.
the regular things? Okay.
Yeah. By the way, Sean is still can fight. Sean can still fight.
Okay.
He's not out of the fight. He's just his reality is changing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he can still fight. He still sees what's happening. He's aware of what's happening. It's just like it's like his reality is a little different. All right.
I mean, obviously his reality was a little different to begin with. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, but the outlaws, they feel like, man, you guys have swept them up. Like they feel like they've just they've gotten their ass handed to them. I mean, it's not going good for them. So
I have an idea.
I'm thinking they're going to turn tail and run,
Mm-hmm.
or at least retreat. So, you know what? I'll say that one of them stays behind to fire a shot. No, 2 of them that fired at. Well, you took down one. The one of the other ones that was firing at Paige earlier that's still firing at Paige. He stays behind, fires at Paige as he's running. Okay? So Paige, make a speed defense roll. You get an asset. Make sure you add the asset into your... You do that by the little 0 beside the T where it says you're trained. Just type 1 in there.
All right. Speed defense.
Okay, so you succeeded. All right. Okay. So the bullet whizzes past you as you duck your head at the right time, and the bullet just misses you entirely, thanks to your successful timing of your dodge. And but you can see he's retreating down the street with his friends and trying to connect with his posse. The rest of them are all trying to escape as well. Around the stagecoach, Jeremy, the guy who was firing the stagecoach just bails. And he gets off the stagecoach and he turns and pulls out his revolver and takes a shot at you as he's trying to run. So make a speed defense roll, please. Okay, the difficulty is 4 for those guys. Well, make sure they don't make attack rolls. Oh, they attack as level 5. I screwed that up. So yeah, she would have still succeeded to dodge, but you fail. So you take 6 damage, 6 might damage.
what do I do with the overflow? Like I've only got 2 might.
It'll apply to speed.
Okay. 4, 8.
And actually, you probably need to look up in the core book what impaired means.
Yeah.
Just so we're on the same page. All right, and the rest of them are retreating. They seem to be falling back to their balls. Wherever he is.
Do we know where he is now?
No one ever spotted where he was.
Fuck, man.
What about Stray? Stray can...
About Stray. You got any ideas for him?
Yeah, I think he can
Time to play fetch.
vent or...
Yeah, you want to see if Stray can track him down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let Stray do that. But first, right now, we got to worry about... Okay, so turn comes around back to Hack. Okay, so Hack. Let me look at something real quick. There's something specific to you that has to happen.
Oh god.
Make an intellect defense roll, difficulty 5. All right. There was a brief moment where you felt the reality was collapsing even further.
Mm-hmm.
And these black monsters and stuff that you're seeing like traipsing around in this Wild West town, only you see them. They have not closed in on you.
Okay.
They're looking for something. Okay, so Hack, do you mention something about maybe getting straight to find AC McCallum?
Yeah. Is Stray anywhere near me? Because I think he was when he kind of corralled me into this.
Yeah, maybe he was. But you look over and you see that he has grabbed a couple of the like one of the outlaws and is tearing his throat out.
Okay. And
We'll
I
take
just
Outlaw 8 off the map as
Yeah,
Stray tears
yeah.
into pieces.
find McCallum.
All right, he
Right.
barks as
Yeah,
if he's
next
saying,
thing.
"F you, don't tell me what to do." And he does it anyways. Because he's not here to roleplay his character. I can do it. I'm just laying. No, but all seriousness, he probably would follow. Okay. All right. So at this point, since he's a GM character, at this point, I can just decide whether he succeeds or fails. So, what about Even and Paige? While we see Stray kind of start to sniff out a scent, so he takes him some time to do that. What do we see Even and Stray do? Sorry, Even and Paige do. Because we're kind of seeing an end to combat, but sort of not. Because I have to track rounds for something else.
I want to take my action and just do a recovery roll.
Can you make a recovery in one action? Yes, you can. Sweet.
I think that's how that works.
It does. You have not used your recovery for the day, so yes. Yep. You got 7 points back.
Okay. The guy that shot at me and then retreated, is he still within, like, if I yell, will he hear me if I yell at him?
Probably.
Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Jeremy?
I mean, that's my whole action, so I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Or it takes a whole action.
I mean,
didn't
you
wanna,
guys
like,
can describe more than just one
steal
action.
your
I just need to
thunder.
track turns for the purposes of something else going on.
Okay. Well, I mean, the next thing I was going to do was just make sure the Gatling gun was not with somebody else.
Like secure the Gatling gun,
Yeah.
basically,
Exactly.
in military terms. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you get the Gatling gun and you basically hold the fence against it. All right. So you guys see Even, like, he's not far from it, just kind of jumping down to where the stagecoach is and the Gatling gun, and just kind of like plant himself near it and make sure none of the bandits kind of come back, try to get it. All right. What about Stray? Sorry, not Stray, Paige.
It's okay. We're both dogs.
Sorry.
So I yell to the guy that shot me and is retreating. I'm like, hey, get back here! I got a proposition for you.
Proposition.
Or something to get his attention. I should have did my accent.
If you get a hint of the proposition when he yells it out, when you yell it out, you might get him come back. But just saying a proposition,
though. I don't
like the elevator pitch as he's running away.
Like, I want to be cocky about it, but then I feel like this guy wouldn't listen. I'm thinking. My brain is not working very well tonight. I apologize. Shit.
You're fine.
Give me like 30 seconds and I'll come back.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay, we'll come back to you. Hack, I need you to make an intellect defense roll, difficulty 5.
Make this. 18.
Monsters are still not finding you. Your roll is not collapsing.
Okay.
Can I
You
shout
get this
at
growing. You get this growing sense that shit is not good for you right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that.
Well, he hasn't communicated that there's a problem.
No. Oh, he hasn't
And-
communicated it to anybody else.
I'm yelling like, get those horses over here, man. Get this. Come on, we'll pull this gun over there. We'll use it.
Okay, so I'd like pull the horses over to Eben, and I just look like
You see, so you go up to Even, and you see this chest wound that's got like this like tendriling like black like spider webbing look, and you see smoke coming out of both like out of the front of it.
Yeah,
wound.
it's totally supposed to look like that.
And you can see the same kind of like tendriling spider webbing stuff in his eyes.
Okay. Can I assume that since I actually remembered bad stuff with the bullets, that this might trigger the, oh, maybe he got shot by the bad bullet thing? Or is that too big of a stretch?
That's perfectly reasonable. No roll required.
Okay. This is a bad idea, but I want to, you know what? I've got a tentacly arm. I would like to tentacle that bullet out of him if I can reach in it. If I can't actually reach in, I have a quantum lance that will make a hole and allow me to remove a bullet. I'm fairly
So
certain.
you're gonna
You're gonna
blow a
hit him
hole
with
through
a
his chest to
quantum
break the bullet? You're gonna quantum
I
lance
don't
the
want to
bullet
break
out?
the bullet. I want to like take the bullet out. If I can't like get my finger
Right.
tentacle in there, I'll just remove a little of this black web weirdness around it. Like,
Okay, this is what I'll do. It'll still be an intellect test.
Okay.
All right, like a medicine, a healing roll.
Yeah, I don't have that. That's
Right.
Hack's
But you
department.
have an asset in the tentacle. But you don't have the skill healing or
right.
medicine like Sean does.
Check. So I have an untrained.
Well, I don't think Sean has
Intellect.
it. Yeah, Sean has healing. Yeah.
I
Let's
would
say-
like.
Yeah, but you don't have
I would
tools
like-
or anything for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have a quantum lance if I need to like cut stuff out.
Sure.
But if that's the like, oh crap, this isn't working at all kind of.
You know what?
thought.
We'll just say that the tentacle and the quantum lance count as tools. No asset. Just no penalties.
Okay, cool.
Does that make? I mean, I don't. That seems like the fairest way to handle it for me. So an intellect roll. Trying to solve
Okay,
the difficulty.
I'm trying to math the. It's 3 points for an effort, but 2 for the quantum lance. Okay, so that's only 2. Let's bump that up to. How do
Oh,
I
you're
do this?
using effort to do all these things at once?
I would like to use 2 effort to make sure I don't kill him. So I was just doing the math mentally.
Oh, okay.
And
You're
so if
using these
I-
things in an effort to narrative to add effort. Got it. Okay, to the roll. Got it. Okay.
I think so, yeah. So
Yes,
I would
okay,
like to
got it.
spend. I would like to spend 2 effort in this endeavor.
I mean,
to
the
make sure
the
I-
defense roll to not
Let's-
die from this is difficulty 5. So I'll make the healing roll to take out the bullet.
Okay.
Difficulty 5.
Okay.
So
if I do, I think this is going to do the math for me. Because I've
I
got
hope you roll a 1.
Me too.
Damn it! And you got over a 5. All right. Okay.
And it spent the 4. Good. That's what it was supposed to.
All right. Sweet. All right. Man, you had to burn a lot of intellect effort there, didn't you? All right. So
I wanted to make sure I didn't
so
kill
let's
him.
describe that. So like, because it involves. It sounds like a Japanese porn. All right. So like tentacles and like
hold
quantum
still.
lances. Like. So
Hold still.
Sean.
I
So is he just
I'm-
standing there and you're like tentacle? I mean, how does that look?
So Sean, my plan is I'm like, hold still, I got this. I wave the tentacle over to the left to get you to look over there. Then I turn on the quantum lance over here, and I'm like, real fast before you have an idea of what's actually happening. That was my plan.
But what pulls the actual bullet out? Like what?
Oh, the tentacle for sure.
Oh, okay, all right,
But-
okay, all right.
It was the tentacle was just a temporary
right.
distraction, so we didn't see the
Nice.
quantum lance at first.
Okay, all right. Okay. So you guys see this bullet rip out, all right? This bullet slides out. And and you're now holding it in your tentacle. And just touching it just makes you feel a little bit like off, if that makes any sense. Just touching the bullet. What do you do with the bullet?
I will take a
Put it
bandana
in your
out.
gun?
Well, that's the secondary thought.
Oh,
I'm gonna put
okay,
it in a
okay.
bandana for now, so that I don't have to actually touch it.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. Okay, so, and Sean, the tendrils go away, they fade away. Your vision goes back to normal, and suddenly all those black monsters that you saw in your vision just kind of blink away.
Fade away. Okay.
Yeah.
See, man, I should have been a surgeon.
Paige, what were you screaming about?
Okay. All right. I got it. I had to write
Go
it
ahead.
down because I was going to attempt my accent again.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the accent. That's right.
Okay. So I'm like, hey! Wait, that's really bad. Fuck it. I'm not doing it. I can't do this.
You
God
got it.
damn
You got it. Do it.
Okay. I said, we are gonna find your boss, and we are gonna kill you. So if you want to live, you turn him over to us, and I'll let you walk free, little boy. That's what I say.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Make a intimidation?
Oh, come on.
Well, not persuasion. Persuasion could work.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I was looking at your sheet. Persuasion can work, sure.
Okay, and I will spend an effort for my amazing voice acting skills. So that would be 3 points, right? For one effort.
After a few more episodes, you'll have that down pat with us.
Okay. Okay, so one effort persuasion. Okay,
Well.
that's pretty good. I'm excited.
So he doesn't run back, first off.
Okay.
But you planted the seeds of mistrust and
Yes.
division.
Yes.
All right, cool. Now, so, do you guys want to take a short break, or we want to push through? Because we only got like an hour left.
I would like to go pee.
Of course, that's fine. All right, so we'll take a very short break and let her use the restroom. All right, so
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. That's fine. We'll do stuff. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back, everyone. Thank you for watching.